Hi everyone, it's Jen, and we are going to pursue making the dangle for the Alice album. So I have some ribbon here, but this is my off-cut ribbon, and I try and do it by like color. So this tool is like came from Christmas presents or something like that. I have this gold ribbon that I'm not opposed to using. Some gold red. This is gold red orange. Gold yellow red orange. Some fuzzy ribbon, but lots of just scraps. And this is where if something gets low, I store it. If I just have just a couple pieces, it goes in here. Some of the ones that I get that have you know, little bits of it, and it's not on a spool or a roll. This is where I keep it, and I have one for kind of each category of color. So let's get started. First thing I have is a D-ring, which is going to hook to, or no, I have an O-ring. I don't have a D-ring. So I'm going to hook this O-ring to this dog, is it called dog clip? Dog? I want to call it a dog clip. I don't know if that's what's called or not. So we're going to go ahead, and then the first thing I'm going to do is get the ribbon. So we just tie it on. We can either tie it on here or we can string it through and then tie it around it, which is probably what I'm going to do. So we figure out how long we want it, which it's 8 inches. It's an 8-inch album, so you don't want it any longer than 16 inches. Once you go through, and this is exactly 16 inches, so, but I don't want that big goob there, and he is right in the middle. This is obviously from some kind of packaging, so maybe I won't use that one. I do have this one, and they don't all have to be the same length. It adds interest if you kind of make them different, and that's the great thing about having something like this sitting around, is you get all sorts of different ones. So I'm going to say we'll go like right there. We're going to leave the yellow for now. We can go back through and trim. That's not going to do me any good. The rickrack I really don't want to use. This is nice. I kind of like that one. I'm definitely going to use some just sheer gold as a go-to. I'll get a couple of those. We're going to rearrange all this too. I got black with white polka dots. Staple. A couple of those. Whoops. Guess I should have got my black ribbon out too, but it's downstairs and it's not, I'm not going to get it, so we're going to have to be happy with what we got. It's a nice deep red. This ribbon is forever old, by the way. Like, I don't buy ribbon anymore unless it's like at the thrift store, which there is a lot of ribbon at the thrift store. I don't really want the gray. Let's see, I got gold. It's not a lot. We'll try it. There's a big gold. So the goal is to use it. Nice. This one's like a satin. I don't want orange. This one was on a package. It says bath bombs. So I'm going to take the ribbon part off. I don't think I need that. I may not use that one because it's kind of green. I have some of these beads, which are neat, just to add texture. Bloop. him back in there because we don't want him to be a mess. What else do I have? 2 yellow. This. We got that. This is another packaging from something. Maybe you use him. Lots of neat stuff. This is some kind of string. He is a little tore up though. I think it started this being yellow and it ended up being red. Yellow to orange to red. That's kind of neat. It's just like a flat back thing. I changed my mind about that one. I think it's too green. I got this little thing somebody, this was a thrift store thing. I'm looking at this red and black here. Yeah, like that. Why not? I got some gold sequins. Sure. You can use gold sequins. Is that enough? Okay, that's we did a search. It's a good enough search. I got these bins at Target, by the way, but I don't know that they sell them anymore. It's been a while. And they stack on top of each other really nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and pick one to, well, we'll use one of the ones I have. I'm going to kind of match them all up on the ends, and then we'll thread them through the ring, and then we'll tie them all together. And I will show you how I do this. Step-by-step instructions. This is what I do. Okay, there's all the ribbon and all the different lengths. Keep your bucket handy because you're going to be putting some back. You just pull it through. And you just look at, see how it dangles. I lost a couple. And if you have some that's too short that you absolutely want to add on, no big deal. Just tie it on or even clip it on with something, with a safety pin. Looking for the other side of that here. Okay, we're just looking to make sure that there's nothing real long or real short that we can't cut off. Going to take the red ribbon, since this is mostly red, and you can readjust it, like if you want the tooling on top or tool or whatever it is on top, put that on top. I'm good with where it is. Then if you have something to latch it onto, it helps. So my cell phone stand, and you just wrap it around at the top, and if you leave a tail, it's going to look like another part of the dangle. So tie it in a knot. And he's not going anywhere. Cut it long. Put my ribbon up. And then we trim it. Oops. Some of them need trimmed. This one had like tape on it because it was packaging. Some of them are fine the way they are. This guy's fraying, which it doesn't really matter, but maybe, just maybe, we don't want that. Like this one, I really like that color in it. I think it kind of matches, but we're not going to use him right now. We're not going to do it. Is it over my big scissors? I think they're in the other one. Okay. So all of my scissors are used for paper. None of them are just fabric. It's a good way to use your ribbon scraps and stuff. Okay, good enough. It's not perfect, but it's a dangle. It doesn't have to be perfect. So along with that, I have this little box of goodies, and then these tags. So if I haven't already told you, I'm gonna just take a permanent marker and make these black. Actually, yeah, I don't want to use that. I'll use a permanent marker. We're going to make the backs of these black, and then we'll tie them on to ribbon, or we can use embroidery floss, whatever. And then our goodies here, I don't need this keyhole. We've already dealt with that. I thought I had some good things to use here. I have some charms, which I have I thought I was going to do, I guess I wasn't going to do a shaker. So I got some cards, which, you know, obviously Alice in Wonderland. I have some beads that I strung myself. A little key with a heart, which is black. 2 tassels, some more beads, and I don't have to use all these. This one I do want to use. It's specifically Alice. Handmade with love. And then these other guys. And then I couldn't find all my tools. Surprise, I couldn't find all my tools, but we have what we need. Okay, so, and they're not all the same color, and I really don't care. So first, I'm going to take and zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. Dupe. Okay. I'm going to put this here so you guys, so I know where you can see. And the first thing I do is drop something. So I need another pair of pliers, or I can use my thumb, which I don't really want to do. Basically what we're going to do is split these D-ring, or these split rings. I don't know what they're called, but we gotta split them. Okay, this is totally not what this tool is for, but we're going to use it that way. This is what I use to get my dies off of the thing and snip off the little extra nubbies. But since all you have to do is not push real hard and it won't cut anything. So we're going to use this to split the rings just like that, and then put the charms on. And we can do like this. We'll put the little tassel on with that one. And then if we're going to put them on the garment pins, we don't need to do anything else. All we have to do is make sure that they're closed. Technically, if you're going to put them on the garment pin, you don't have to put the D-rings on them, but they work better that way. They just do. And I got black garment rings and red safety pins. This one we'll do a card, and we'll do a bead. A dangle. And then I have some other supplies too that I didn't pull out. So this guy's ready, this guy's ready. Here. Good. I have some ribbon, I guess, bottom pieces that you can put things on. Which, if I'm going to use those, I'll grab those. I got some other safety pins, and I think I'm going to save some of my garment pins and use these red safety pins here. Smaller ones, because they don't need to be big. And a gold one. And the regular black one. Okay, we'll see where that is. And then I have, well, we don't have to use safety pins. I have these ribbon. They go on the bottom of your ribbons, and BB Craft sent me these. I did a video for them. So let's use a couple different sizes. We got some little ribbons. This is usually about the size that I use. And then those we need to put right on the whatcha-jigger things here. The charms go right on the ends of those. Okay, so we're going to go back to what we were doing. I should have had those out already, but I didn't. Split your D-ring. You can use your thumbnails, but my thumbnails ain't what they used to be. And then it goes right on the ends of these, and then we smush them on the ends of the ribbons after we close the D. This is not a D ring, the O ring, the split ring. It's the split ring. Okay, close it up, make sure it's not gonna go anywhere. Make sure your charms aren't gonna fall off. I can barely see this, guys. I'm doing it by feel. Okay. Make sure that's smashed together because we don't want our charms to fall off. Smash. Okay. Okay, what else do I have? I have another one of these and the other card. We'll put the other card on there. There's really not a whole lot of room to put anything else once you put it in the on that thing. So unfortunately we're kind of stuck with just the one thing on that hangy. Eventually I'll find all my tools too. And if you really wanted to be good at this and not just cobble it together, you could get all the same color metal. I've got gold, I've got bright gold, I've got bronze gold, bronze, I've got antique, I got silver. So yeah, there's things you can do to make it look more uniform, but I kind of like a Mod Podge look. Close that up. Alright, and then we just keep going. We have, I used all my, nope, there's one. Okay. And like I said, if we're going directly on these, which all the rest of them are, we don't technically need any D-rings, but I'm going to go ahead and use it for this guy because it just dangles better. And then these beads that I used the eye pins in, whoopsie, they also have, this one doesn't because he has but they have little, I made them so they have little circles on the end so I can attach something there. Open it up. That's a goner. Okay, now that we got all that settled, let's start assembling. I have this cute guy here. And I can put this tag on him. Or I can just leave him alone. I think I'll just leave him alone. I put this, and you just safety pin it on. And it looks like that. Cute dangles. This guy, I have this little ribbon here. We can just tie it on with a knot. You don't have to use a safety pin. All sorts of different methods of doing this, and every one that you use just brings interest to the dangle, interest in texture. So don't be afraid to just tie it. And same with this guy, we'll tie him on. You just want to use some of your smaller ribbons to do it this way. I think I got through this album actually pretty quick. Okay. Put a pin in this ribbon, but I don't want it to dangle down too far, so we're going to put it up here. There we go. We can put one of the chipboard pieces on here. Like that. Makes noise. Let's do one of the ribbon clasps. So this guy is the perfect size. There's different sizes for different size ribbons. You cut it straight across, and I don't want it dangling down past everything else, so I kind of cut it a little shorter. And then that's what these are actually for, these flat guys here. And actually, you should probably have them with a like rubber, but I don't, so we're just doing it this way. And you just smash it down on the ribbon. And then it seals the ribbon, and the teeth sink into it so it doesn't come off. I got another one. Do bigger than that. Not that I'm horribly concerned about how big it is. We'll do this ribbon since it's already flat. We'll do this ribbon. I like the red and black. It's a little bigger than the ribbon, but it'll be fine. You just slide the ribbon in between the teeth. Flatten it on there. I think I have a whole video about this, by the way. This is a BB craft haul video. If I can find it, I'll link it below. I guess this is a whole video about it, but it's not zoomed in a whole lot. Okay, this guy we'll put on with a safety pin. Over here. That's the rabbit. And I got this dangle. Oh. Why is this? I'm gonna have to cut this. I'm not sure why it's like that. It's a loop. we go. Cut. Now it's 2. Okay, so what else do we have? This Handmade with Love with a gold safety pin, and we'll go ahead and put the red and black one on there since I have it pulled out already. And I don't know why, but I'd rather put it in like the satin ribbon than the sheer ribbon. It just, I don't know, it makes me feel better. And is that it? Should we put something else? We can put one on here. Let's do the red one with this bead. Now I could have used chain. I have chain sitting over here for this purpose and I didn't use it. Oh well. That you just take the little rings and you hook it right to the chain. Alright, there is our dangle. Let's get our book out. I think this one went fairly well, and it's a little more detailed than what I normally get, I think. I made a huge mess. I have stuff all over the place, which is fine. Dangle, book. Oh, I just want to clip it right there on the back. There you go, guys. Mission Impossible complete. Here's your Curiouser and Curiouser Graphic 45 album. I hope you had a wonderful time. I appreciate all of you. And if you hung out with me, this entire time, thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.